So I saw a mock draft today, and it had the Cincinnati Bengals going with someone very surprising at the 28th overall pick. Someone we have not been talking about very much. And you might think, well, is it the person that's on your screen right now? And you would be correct. Yes, it's actually Cyrus Torrence with the 28th overall pick. Now, the reason why I have not been too much of a fan of this idea, and by the way, this is the article we're talking about right here, is because of the fact that I just feel like the Bengals, their best idea, the best thing to do right now is take a player at a position they need with this first pick, right? Guard is a position the Bengals are going to need eventually. And I feel like right now, it's just not their biggest problem / biggest need. Now, again, like I said, it doesn't mean in the future that's not going to be a thing. It just means right now, I feel like they could go elsewhere. But in this hypothetical scenario, this is what the person, Keith, wrote about. In pass protection, Torrance does a good job of using his strength to stop defenders in their pass rush. Torrance does a good job of handling the bull rush and shows to have lowered the body strength to anchor down on defenders, stepping down from getting any penetration into the pocket. Now, again, I've always said this, I'll say it again. Whenever we look at these mock drafts, I always like to look at other players that are available at the same spot that Cincinnati might go after. And, of course, the other players available is Antoine Harrison, DeJuan Jones, a very fan favorite of the channel as he is an amazing right tackle for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Antoine Harrison, who I think is going to be a franchise left tackle for Cincinnati if they do take him. Other notable players that are available at this spot, Dalton is actually going to be the second tight end off the board technically. He's the Michael Mayer's number 1. Dalton's number 2. So this is an amazing tight end prospect still available on the board here at pick 28th, where not always is he always on the board at pick 28. I want to say that right now. In this mock draft, he is, but there's not always a scenario where he's available at this spot. And then, of course, other players like edge rushers we do like. Nolan Smith from Georgia, amazing player. Andre Carter from Army, another really amazing player. Deontay Banks is available. Like, I get the perspective, like I said. I'm going to take him because this is what the mock draft shows, but I do not like this pick. I want the record to show I do not like this pick. I think this pick is stupid. So many better players on the board. Cincinnati does not draft like that. They do not draft based on what they think they need. They draft based on needs and best player available. Two things. Usually it's best player available first, and then it's like, based around scenarios what they need right now. Tackle, need. Edge rusher, need. Corner, need. Safety, need. Everything else, a tight end, need. Luxury items, everything else. All right, so in the second round, this person's mock draft, they have them taking Dalton. Do you have them taking this guy? Okay, this is why I don't like these mock drafts. They have them taking Dalton. The guy who could be inside the top 25 picks. This is actually stripehype.com, which usually is pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie, they're usually pretty dang good. He's gonna be definitely taken. And now that I look at the next pick on the draft here for what they have Mozzie Smith, who is also a possible first round candidate. And I'm 90% sure Mozzie Smith is actually taken in this scenario. Maybe not. There's no way. Mozzie Smith is a really solid D tackle. Yeah, he's taken at pick 39. So, this mock draft is just absolute dog water. This is why we don't like these mock drafts. Second round, they have them taking a tight end that's going to be a first round pick. They have their third round pick is a guy that's supposed to be right now a first round pick, who's like a fringe late first, early second round pick. Who do they have after that? I'm pretty sure this guy's like a second round pick, this linebacker. Hang on, I'm just going to debunk this whole entire article. Because I'm pretty sure I've been following along with all the mocks I've made. Yeah, he's literally the guy from Texas right here. He's the 82nd player off the board. Let's just do a hypothetical scenario here where we follow along like good little boys and we just go with tight end. So the next, in their perspective, tight end would be the next player off the board. Sam would be the next technical tight end. So we'll go with Sam here. And then they have the Bengals taking in the third round, which I think was the egregious one. But this was written today at 11 o'clock, by the way. This was written today at 11 o'clock. They have Mozzie Smith, which, yep, like I said before, you guys saw my mock drafts. You know, he's a first-round pick. He's an end of first round, early second-round pick. I will give the person who wrote this article credit. Maybe they didn't realize that his stock has gone up, but he has never, ever, ever been a third, fourth round pick. Never. He has started with being a mid to late second and worked his way up to a first round pick. So I don't know why they think that this guy is in any way in that category, but we're going to take D tackle here because that's what they have, and we're just going to take best player available. And it's going to be Mojo, which, to be honest, I absolutely freaking love this guy. This guy's going to be an absolute stud if Cincinnati takes him. I'm going to tell you right now, you're getting a gem if you get this man's right here. Hang on, let me go back up there. We're going to respect my man's before we continue here. This man from Texas, if you get this man's, Moro Ojamo, he is a tank. Okay, so absolutely love this guy. Absolutely. You guys get him. You guys are getting a stud right there. Anyway, though, going down this list here. Let's get rid of that one. Bam. Now they have them taking the linebacker who, I'm going to be honest with you, he might be available. Of course he's not available because he's one of the best linebackers in this draft. This mock draft is literally like, this person is just creating scenarios in their head of what Cincinnati could take without making much sense. I will say this is also the mock drafter who talked about possibly what if the Bengals traded for a center or something. Or they sign a center with their first round pick and they move their current center to guard. So I should probably realize that this person was going to be a little loopy when it came to these mock drafts. Yeah, that guy did get taken. I can't see exactly where he got taken. Oh, he got taken in the fourth round, early four. Yeah, he's like a late third round, early four. I'd say he's more or less, in real life, probably going to be a mid-third round pick. Maybe early, depending. I think his stock value is going up a little bit. But he's like a third round pick. So it wouldn't even make sense for them to have him in the fourth round. Fifth round here. So let's just go linebacker. Dorian Williams is really solid. I love him. He's from Tulane. Not that big of a college, though, which, you know, I already say many times I don't love. But so if you're going to go with someone who isn't from a big college, who still could be a really big stud for you, I would go more or less with Ivan Pace Jr. here. I think he'd be a better solid player for Cincinnati than the other one. But let's look at the next guy we have here, which is going to be a running back. So now they have them take, no, not running back, sorry. An inside guy, which is, this might be realistic. This might be the first realistic pick. Are they being realistic here? Wait, no. Zach? I thought Zach was a fourth round pick. Hang on. They might not be realistic. Let me see. No, Zach is spelled weird. He has two C's in his name. He is like Zach. Yep, he is a fourth round pick, yeah. Yeah, this mock draft is just not realistic. Zach is a fourth round pick. I will give them benefit of the doubt here. He's a early 5, mid to late 4. So I'm not too against this concept of them going with him here. If I'm going anyone here, I'm probably going with Gerard Clark here out of Coastal. I think he could be a really solid player there. But, I mean, that's not really horrendous value, like them just saying someone who's not on the board completely or won't be on the board. So that's not as bad, but still. All right, who's the next pick? 6th round pick. A center from Penn State, Juiced. I've talked about him in my mock draft series when it came to possible players they could take. He's going to be taken already because this is just the theme of this person who really just is writing these crazy articles. Now okay, so that's actually not bad. He was the first pick in the 6th round here, or 3rd pick. So it's not as crazy. They have him going to the Bengals in the 6th round here. That's more realistic because he was technically a early 6th round pick in this mock. I'm going center here. I'm not going with him. The only player we're available is Alex. I don't really like him at all. I don't really think he has any value. I guess I'll go with him just for this mock purposes, but if I'm being honest with you, I don't like any of these players right here. I mean, I know they're all 6th round picks, but I guess we'll go with Yule again, Alex. And now in the 7th round, they have them taking a quarterback, which should be available. This one should actually be available. Surprisingly enough, this one should actually be available. Tyson? Yup, Tyson. Tyson Bagnet, which he doesn't even have a college listed. He doesn't even have a grade. He's on here, and he's 6'3", 210, but he's not even most drafted by the Cowboys, Packers, and Patriots. Now, here's a guy, ... They're going to take a quarterback in the 7th round, which I think is ridiculous. I probably go with Stetson Bennett, if I'm being honest with you. And that's if they take a quarterback. I don't have them taking a quarterback in any of my mocks for a good reason. Because Trey Dean III is probably my pick I would go with here. I think he is the most solid all-around safety in this spot at 7th round. If you're not going with him, you could go with Muhammad, running back. I think he's a really solid pick. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, I think he's a very, very solid pick. I'm going to say I don't care about this mock, and I'm going with Muhammad because he's a very solid player. All right, let's see what they have this grade as. Aha, they had me A for my pick. That's funny. They had me A for my Gerard. So obviously these are all my picks technically because, well, it's my pick based on what the mock gave me position-wise. Because whoever, this person wrote this article, it's the same girl who always writes these articles, by the way, Leah, whatever. And no disrespect, but there's a lot of things she just absolutely butchers. When it comes to certain things. Like, she's very crazy when it comes to certain players. Like, she'll be like, oh, the Bengals should trade away their left guard and make their center a left guard. And it's like, okay, come on now. Come on now. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, so I will be honest with you. No. This is a no for me, coach. At 1st round, it's a left tackle, it's a tight end, or a right tackle. That's how I feel right now. This is how I'm feeling as of late. 2nd round is a corner, a tight end, depending on what the 1st round is, possibly a tackle, and that's it. 3rd round is defensive line, linebacker, or corner. 4th round, probably doing corner, safety, linebacker, offensive lineman. And then so on. So I don't agree with this article. I really don't agree with this mock draft. But I wanted to see how it would all pan out because I saw some of the players in there, like Mozzie Smith. I'm like, that's definitely a 1st round pick. That's definitely going to be a 1st round pick. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.